AEW has released both Miro and Ricky Starks. On Monday, PW Insider reported AEW and Miro had come to a mutual agreement on his release from the company. It was also noted that Ricky Starks no longer appeared on the company roster page. Our own Dave Meltzer has since confirmed that both Miro and Ricky Starks have been released from AEW. Miro publicly requested his release in September and has not wrestled since World's End on December 30th, 2023. Ricky Starks, who has been absent from AEW programming since March 2024, reportedly asked for his release last month but was denied. Malachi Black is also no longer listed on the AEW roster page, with reports indicating his contract has expired. Miro debuted in AEW as Kip Sabian's best man in September 2020. He won the TNT Championship in 2021, but was used sparingly in 2022 and 2023, and not at all in 2024. Starks debuted for AEW in June 2020 and is a former FTW and AEW World Tag Team Champion. On to our next story. The early stages of the WWE and Netflix relationship have both sides very happy, according to TKO head Ari Emanuel. Appearing on the Pat McAfee show on Friday, Ari Emanuel was asked about how things have gone in the first month of WWE Raw, debuting on Netflix domestically and the entire WWE televised and archived Universal internationally. Ari Emanuel said that the Netflix team are incredible partners and that the show is performing, saying, "We're thrilled. I think they're happy. Numbers are up really good," assumed to be referring to Raw's numbers. WWE and Netflix embarked on their 5-year deal in January that could turn into a much longer relationship. On to our next story. Wrestling personalities from both WWE and AEW attended Super Bowl 59. In a rare public appearance, Vince McMahon was seen at the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana on Sunday, attending the game with Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. Vince has made few public appearances since resigning from TKO last year after he was sued by Janelle Grant, accusing him of sexual assault and trafficking. An amended version of the lawsuit was filed earlier this month. AEW President and Chief Football Strategy Officer of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tony Khan, also attended the game, taking a picture with actor and comedian Adam Devine. Mercedes Moné was also spotted. On social media, she teased that she ran into someone at the game. Gail Kim also attended Super Bowl 59. Kim took a photo wearing Philadelphia Eagles gear with her husband, Robert Irvine. And in case you missed it, there were a ton of releases that occurred in the last few days. Here is a rundown of those. Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows are no longer with WWE, according to reports from PW Insider and Fightful Select that happened on Saturday. Giovanni Vinci has also been released per Fightful Select. Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows had been with WWE since returning in June 2022. Their first stint lasted from 2016 until their release in April 2020. Giovanni Vinci debuted in WWE as part of the 2016 Cruiserweight Classic and later formed a tag team with Marcel Barthel in 2017. The duo aligned with Walter, now Gunther, and Ludwig Kaiser to form Imperium and captured the NXT Tag Team Championships twice. Giovanni Vinci was removed from the group in April 2024 and had limited appearances on WWE programming afterward. Elektra Lopez has been released from WWE. PW Insider reported this on Sunday. Elektra Lopez signed with WWE in early 2021 and debuted on NXT that June, aligning with Legado del Fantasma shortly after. However, when the group was called up to the main roster the following year, Elektra was initially left behind. Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro joined Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega to form the new LWO. Elektra Lopez eventually reunited with Legado del Fantasma in January 2024 as the faction split from Mysterio's LWO. Her only singles match on SmackDown was a win over Zelina Vega on the April 5th, 2024 episode. Most recently, she competed in the first round of the WWE Women's United States Championship Tournament, losing a triple threat match to Tiffany Stratton with Naomi as a third competitor. Isla Dawn appears to also be finished with WWE. On Saturday, the former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion posted an image to her Instagram stories with the caption, "Here for a good time, not a long time." She added, "See you in 90," likely referencing a 90-day no-compete clause. Isla Dawn's final match for WWE took place at the January 27th taping of Main Event, where she lost to Natalia. Before that, she and Alba Fire were defeated by Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend of Metaphor in a number one contenders match on the January 14th episode of NXT. Isla Dawn made her WWE debut in November 2017, competing in a squash match against Asuka. She later participated in the 2018 Mae Young Classic before becoming a regular on NXT UK. Teaming with Albert Fire, she formed the Unholy Union in 2021, and the duo was drafted to SmackDown in 2023. Her biggest accomplishment in WWE came at Clash at the Castle in Glasgow last summer, where she and Alba Fire won the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship in a triple threat match against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Additionally, prior to the names that were just mentioned, PW Insider and Fightful also reported over the weekend that AOP, Paul Ellering, and Blair Davenport were also released by WWE. Both also reported that Sonya Deville's contract with the company was not being renewed and will be a free agent in a few weeks. Earlier on Friday, Cedric Alexander announced on social media that he had been released from WWE and would become a free agent in 90 days. After being released by WWE in 2020, AOP were re signed in 2022, but were not brought back to television until 2023, when they returned with their NXT manager, Paul Ellering. They joined forces with Karrion Kross and Scarlett to form the Final Testament. The highlight of their run was at WrestleMania 40 when they lost to Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits in a Philadelphia street fight. Sonya Deville had been with WWE since 2015 following her performance on that year's Tough Enough. She is a one-time women's tag team champion with Chelsea Green, although she later had to vacate the title due to injury. Upon her return last May, she formed the Pure Fusion Collective stable with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Blair Davenport was also called up to the main roster in 2024 as part of the year's WWE's draft, but was only used sparingly, last wrestling on television in November. That's a wrap for this episode of The Latest. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to F4W Online for plenty more pro wrestling content.